It's tax refund time. Instead of just throwing that money away, try Straight Talk Wireless. Now with 25 gigs of high-speed data on America's best networks. Plus, save up to $200 on a phone with in-store activation. Only at Walmart.
Bart and Kathy, thank you. What a win for Florida. Now the only undefeated team in SEC play. But we've got a good one coming up for you. We're not done on Friday Night Heights as LSU and Kentucky are set to go head-to-head here in Lexington inside Memorial Coliseum. Courtney Lau alongside 9-time NCAA champion Bridget Sloan. And we finally get to see Sarah Finnegan in person this season. She is incredible.
She's just one of those athletes that you look at and you say, wow, how? How are you so good? From her execution to her stuck landings, even her arm movements, it's textbook perfect. And she came from the elite world, so she has that confidence in herself and her gymnastics, and she has just molded into this phenomenal, outstanding college athlete.
You said it perfect earlier before the meet. She was built for this sport. Incredible. She is, again, the SEC Gymnast of the Week. She has won all-around titles this season for LSU. Will we see her do it again here tonight? Head coach Dee Dee Bro certainly thinks so in her 42nd season with LSU. They'll be facing a Kentucky team who has a champ in Katie Stewart. Last week in warm-ups against Auburn, she injured her toe on the bars when she was warming up her dismount, and she still competed in the all-around.
Tim has got to be just so impressed with his team right now. Having Katie go through this, it was a very hard hit on that bar. You hear her toe hit the bar, and she came back and just showed everyone that she's a team player. She wants to compete. She loves to compete. Tim gave her the option. If you don't want to, we can put someone else in. And she said, no thanks, I got it.
Yeah, she's not going to tell you she doesn't want to compete. Are you kidding me? She had 2 season highs last week, too, with a bumped toe. Well, she has been competing in the all-around along with 3 other of her teammates in every meet, but tonight we will not see her on the floor. Kentucky's been relying on their all-arounders, and you really have to manage that during the week.
You do, and it's very difficult to manage because once they compete on the weekend, you only have a couple days because you're going to be on the road or you're going to have a home meet within those couple days. So Tim's done a really good job of just keeping them on track. It's the hardest part is this gymnastics season is long.
Well, Kentucky looking to rebound after a score they really didn't want last week against Auburn, but vault was their best event, and they're going to start again with Elena Kwan.
Elena Kwan has done a phenomenal job for this Kentucky team starting off on vault. She has a very tough position. She's going to set the tone for the entire vault lineup. And big Yurchenko full, has to take a slight hop, but great height on that vault, great distance from the vault. Phenomenal start for Elena.
Kentucky will go in Olympic order, meeting vault, bars, beam, and floor. LSU will go opposite them, and they start with Bridget Dean on bars. They are the 4th best team on bars in the nation.
That is pretty incredible to have that in your back pocket, and they need to go into every competition knowing that they're a top 5 team on this event.
Bridget Dean did not compete last season for LSU, but she has been on bars and beam for the Tigers this year, and she moved into this leadoff spot last week against NC State.
Well, what a position to have. So far, she is very confident in all of her skills. Nice transition to the low bar. All she has is her dismount. Very nice handstand. Double layout, small hop, but wow. Watching her in warm-up, she had a little bit of trouble with that dismount, and tonight she did it perfectly. Watch how high she gets. A little leg separation. Would love to see her keep those legs together, but has to take just a very minimal hop at the end.
Kentucky got a 9.775 from Elena Kwan, and we will go to Sydney Dukes, who is competing in the all-around again tonight for Kentucky.
I can't say I'm surprised. And she's got a big vault here. Another Yurchenko full. Has to take a slight step. Would love to see this Kentucky team stick those vaults. But the impressive part about Sydney's vault, she gets tremendous height, keeps her position throughout the entire fall. I love how controlled she is on her landing. She might have to take that step, but she has control of the landing, which is what the judges are looking for.
Now for that little step, maybe a 1/10 of a point or less deduction.
I would say so. Again, judges are they're going to take whatever they want. In all honesty, it's a little subjective, but I would say a 0.1.
This is Bailey Ferrer.
She had a little bit of difficulty. She is a freshman. She has been on LSU's campus for a month and a half.
Yeah, she enrolled in January.
So she is getting used to this college gymnastics.
This is just her second appearance on bars because they do not have Sammy Durante, who is out in the concussion protocol after a fall in warm-ups last week.
And this is a great opportunity. She's going to live, she's going to learn, and this is just another opportunity for her to take away from this meet. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes when you see assistant coach Jay Clark, who is the head bar coach for them. It's a learning experience.
A fall is a 0.5 point deduction.
They will want to drop that in their 6 athletes up, 5 scores count. They're definitely going to want to drop that.
So now the bars lineup for LSU will have a little pressure with hoping to drop that score from Bailey Ferrer. Back over to vault. Sydney Dukes had a 9.825. This is Danae Davis.
Another Yurchenko fall. I'll tell you what, Kentucky is bringing the power. These vaults have got great amplitude off the vault. They have great distance from the vault, and they're taking very minimal hops, which is obviously better than a major hop, but I would love to see them stick these vaults.
Davis, a senior, she competed only on vault last season, has been in this lineup all but once this season. Ruby Harold will be up next for LSU on bars, still waiting in to get the score in from Bailey Ferrer.
And Ruby has done a phenomenal job this season. She did not have the best 2 years of college in this gymnastics season. Coach Jay Clark said that she is just finding her groove, and what a transition. Little loose on that handstand, big release coming up. And this dismount, double front, blind landing. Takes a small step, but way to get it back. It's very hard when you are an athlete coming after a fall because you definitely don't want to fall again, but it puts that extra pressure.
Yeah, LSU is going to want to drop the 9.15 from Bailey Ferrer. Danae Davis had a 9.8 on vault. Now to one of the super seniors on this Kentucky team, Alex Highland. She had her season high last week, 9.875 on vault.
And on vault, there are 3 things you're really looking for, and I know I've already mentioned them, but the start value, the amplitude in the landing. Alex does just that. What a phenomenal vault for Alex. Again, great amplitude off the vault. She gets well above where she needs to be. She sees the landing, which is the most impressive part. Her body position throughout the entire vault gets those heels together. That is going to be a big score.
She was just waiting to be the perfect demonstration for your points of emphasis.
Alex, I appreciate that.
LSU has 2 athletes competing in the all-around. Kennedy Edney is one of those. She's 10th in the nation on bars, and she's following a 9.8 from Ruby Harold.
Watching Kennedy in warm-ups, she is going to fly high. She's starting things off with a big release here.
Nothing below a 9.9 this season.
Very nice. So far, she's doing a great job. Her body positions are phenomenal. Nice handstand there. And this double layout, huge double layout. Tries to get that stick, has to take a very small step, but what an athlete. LSU is really coming back. They're not letting, one thing that I love about this LSU Tiger team is they don't let mistakes get them down. And big height right there, just turns it over, knows exactly where she is to catch that bar.
She gets the stick crown. We may see it a couple of times tonight for LSU.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if she really stuck that dismount, but...
Oh, give her the crown.
All right.
Alex Highland has tied her season high the last 2 weeks, and now here's Katie Stewart.
Has to take a couple steps back. You can tell she wanted to stick that vault. She wanted to stick it, but that's a blind landing. But one of the good things about that vault, it's a 10-0 start value. So the judges are gonna take off for each step, which looked like it was about a 0.2 each step. So a little bit lower than what she probably wanted, but remember, she did have an injury last week by hitting her toe on that bar.
Yeah, these are the deductions that they're looking at. A small step, about 1/10 of a point or less. A large step at 2/10 of a point around there. But remember, they'll take off for other things if your chest isn't up or things like that, in addition to the step. Lexi Priestman almost kind of coming home a little bit. She's really close. Cincinnati, she's got a lot of family members in the house tonight.
She does, and that has to feel so important.
Kennedy Edney had a 9.85.
And LSU is looking a little rough right now. She just had a mistake on bar, had to put her foot on the floor, which is going to count as a fall. And just the dismount, double layout. Gets that stick. It was just a little rush. She was a little bit far on her release move, which might have thrown her timing off into that transition to the low bar.
So a fall is a 1/2 of a point deduction when we see that for putting the foot down?
It is, and you saw she tried to run with it, literally run on the ground to try and get her momentum back.
Katie Stewart, a 9.65 on vault. That's the score they're looking to drop. Molly Korth will anchor the Kentucky vault lineup.
And this is another 10-0 start value. Yurchenko 1.5, and that's a stick.
Yeah.
What a great ball rotation. They are just, I told them, they're bringing the power. They brought the power tonight, and that vault, Molly Korth just finds her landings.
She's won the vault the last 3 weeks for Kentucky.
Very well deserved. Huge height off the vault, great body position, and just finds that landing. She gets so high, which is exactly what the judges are looking for. And the blind landing, that is, you see everyone is excited with that vault.
Over on bars, Lexi Priestman had a 9.25. They will most likely have to count that because they are trying to drop the 9.15 from Bailey Ferrer. Here's Sarah Finnegan, number 7th in the nation on bars.
If anyone can get it back, it's Sarah Finnegan. Little short on that handstand. Very nice last handstand, just the dismount, and this is a beautiful double layout coming up. I think she sticks that landing every time.
Yep, the stick crown should be hers, right?
She's pretty good. It should just be hers. But great job by Sarah.
Well, Molly Korth on vault, 2 weeks in a row now. She's got a 9.925, tying her season high.
And she just does that vault so well every time. It's very impressive. She does it so well.
Kentucky with a season high on vault. They lead LSU by 0.625. Moving over to bars and vault. They'll switch it up here in a moment. Courtney Loud, Bridget Sloan, and LSU maybe not the best bars we've seen from them. What do they have to do to rebound on vault?
They still have 3 more events. What they need to do is put it behind them and move on. They have 3 very strong events coming up. I think they'll be able to get it back.
And it's good, too. They have a veteran head coach at the helm in Dee Dee Bro, and she's been a lot more than a coach over the last 4 decades.
She's like a mom figure, but she's also a coach. She is someone that will push you to your limits, and she knows when to stop. But she also knows that we deal with things outside of the gym. And that's something special too, because, you know, it's not always all about gymnastics.
We were talking about this earlier. How unique is it to be able to play that role of a little bit of a mom and coach at the same time?
It's very difficult because normally head coaches are either really nitty-gritty and they're a head coach and they're really strong and confident, and she does a great job of balancing both. She loves her athletes and she cares about them individually, and you can see it from how they speak about her.
Yeah, she just passed this season Adolph Rupp, the legendary basketball coach here at Kentucky, for the longest tenured coach in the SEC. So many accomplishments to her name, and including 29 NCAA appearances. Now, for this Kentucky team, it's been a program on the rise. We've talked about it. It's not the same Kentucky program you were competing against when you were in Florida, and they have some new digs to go with it. How about a brand new team room? It was just a few weeks ago they opened up the Wendell and Vicky Bell team room, and I love the facial expressions on these athletes' faces. They were FaceTiming their parents, and they were like, my name is up there, my picture is up above my locker. That's so cool.
No, and that's so important. You want to have the athletes be, you know, excited about their locker room. They don't want to walk into the locker room and be like, oh, here we are again.
Yeah, and there's Wendell and Vicky Bell. They are huge Kentucky fans. And talking to them, they went to a practice and they said, we've got to do something about this locker room situation. And they were so excited to see how happy the girls were. And they are here pretty much every meet watching on the front row. Father-daughter night here in Lexington. A perfect way to spend your Friday. More Friday Night Heights coming up as LSU takes on Kentucky.
When late night cravings strike, you can now get rewarded and keep the party going. Introducing a rewards program made to keep modern life moving.
Up LSU over on the vault, Kentucky on bars, and you see the start values. Look at all those 10-0 start values for LSU.
That is incredible.
Sarah Finnegan will start off the vault lineup for Kentucky.
Huge Yurchenko fall and finds that stick. It's just so impressive. Her textbook lines, everything about her is just so clean. And you see here her body position. She actually flares the end of that ball and finds that stick every time, and that is a very well-deserved stick crown.
I told you, just give her the stick crown. You just need a separate Sarah Finnegan crown. Katie Stewart, she was injured in warm-ups on this event last week, came out and tied her season high anyway, and here she is on bars.
Very nice release. Nice transition to the low bar. You would never know that she had that little injury last week.
She got stitches this week.
You would never know that. And right here's where it happened. Not tonight. Small step on that dismount, but that is a very hard dismount. 2 flips, 1 twist. Gotta find that landing. She has to be really proud of herself. And her handstands right here. Little short on that one, but we'll see what the judges take. She's a little bit in between that yellow and green area. But what a start for Kentucky.
Trying to continue over that season high score they got on vault to start this meet. Ruby Harold up next, following a 9.825 from Sarah Finnegan.
This is a 10-0 start value, 1.5. Small step, but fantastic height. I love the execution that Ruby does off this vault. And her team is excited for her. But just a little break in the body position right there, but the height is just amazing. Has to take a very slight, small step. We'll see what the judges take off, but for a 10-0 ball, that is exactly what LSU needs.
This could be a really big lineup for LSU on vault. Callie Nixon is working the bars right now for the Kentucky Wildcats. She's been in every bars lineup, and they weren't sure she was going to make the bars lineup because she's just a freshman.
Well, amazing job. Blindfold into a double tuck. Gets that landing. For someone that wasn't supposed to to be in the bar lineup. She does a great job. She is so confident in her skills. And this blindfold right into a double tuck so high. Finds the ground, fights for that landing. Very nice job.
Ruby Harold had a 9.85. Juliana Canamella will step in. We thought we might see McKenna Kelly here, but she was feeling under the weather, so they put Juliana in before leaving the hotel today.
That is an incredible job to have on a team. And another 10-0 star value here. Oh, Yurchenko full, 995 star value, but great height on that Yurchenko full. Finds the ground. I love the body position she has throughout the whole vault. Another well-deserved stick crown.
Yeah, her feet did not move at all. Callie Nixon had a 9.875. Elena Kwan up next on bars.
Elena is a very aggressive bar swinger. Huge release, right down to the low bar. Very nice handstand, blindfold into a double tuck. Another fighting for the landing. It's so amazing to see this team just fight for those small details.
She had a 9.725 last week.
And this release well above the high bar and right down to the low bar. Another blindfold into a double tuck.
Next on the vault for LSU.
Fights for that landing. Great job.
Canamella hit a 9.825 on the vault. This is Lexi Priestman.
Yurchenko full. LSU is really getting it back. Their job right now is just to be clean on every event. They know how to do it. But you see here, very nice height throughout the vault. Keeps her body position and gets that stick.
Next on the bar, for Kentucky.
At this point in the season, are you really looking to stick everything?
You're looking to be comfortable sticking everything. Things aren't going to always go your way. You're going to have mistakes here and there, but you have to know that you can stick it.
Sydney Dukes had a season high against Auburn on bars, 9.825 last week. She'll try her hand at it again. Elena Quad had a career high, 9.85.
Very nice handstand. Big release. Sydney is showing excellent form on this bar routine. Very nice last handstand, just the dismount. Double layout. Small step, but what a phenomenal routine by Sydney. She held every single handstand. It'll be interesting to see what the judges take off. Besides that step in the dismount, I don't know what else there would be. I mean, she holds her hands in. She is in that green area right where she needs to be.
Next on the vault for LSU, Sarah and
The judges can really see that because they're on the sides of the bars.
They have a great view of those handstands.
LSU has had nothing less than a 9.825 on vault. This is Sarah Edwards.
Very nice, Yurchenko 1.5, a little messy in the legs. But that is going to be a 10-0 start value.
Alex Highland getting set to go on bars. Sydney Dukes had a 9.8 on bars.
next on the bar for Kentucky.
And Alex, as a senior, this is a new bar routine for her. She has a new release move, which is so rare to be a senior and actually want to do new skills.
And she slipped a little bit against Auburn on this event, had a 9.6.
Right there, very, had to really have go-go gadget arms on that release. But she is working that bar. Very nice handstand, just the dismount. Tuck full out, gets the stick. Kentucky is, wow, they're showing that they are in it.
This is the meet they needed.
Sometimes you have to have a bad meet to really get it going, but this release, she really had to reach for that, but beautiful dismount. Has to take a slight hop, but what a tremendous job.
LSU is looking to drop the 9.775 from Sarah Edwards, and they anchor it with Kennedy Edney, who's 8th in the nation on vault.
This is a big vault coming up. Talk about power. 1.5. Too much power. Actually has to take a step forward, but she has great form throughout her entire vault. It's a 10-0 start value. All LSU has to do right now is remember they can do this. Great height. You see she is well above where she needs to be. In the perfect distance, and has a little too much power and has to take a step forward.
We knew that routine was big for Alex Highland. Well, it tied her career high, 9.9. Molly Korth wraps things up for Kentucky on bars.
Very big release. A little hiccup on that transition to the low bar, but recovers very well. Just the dismount, and she is a big dismount. 2 flips, 1 twist, all laid out. Very impressive. This Kentucky team is really just bringing the heat tonight. They are focusing on the little details, and they're putting up big scores.
We've seen Kentucky every week, and they looked really locked in tonight. Alex Highland was locked in on bars. She tied her career high with a 9.9.
Very, very impressive. Alex is she is an all-around athlete.
What we got.
What is this?
Hey, Portal, call Lauren. Oh, wait, it's moving.
And if I go over here, camera follows me, doesn't it?
You can see up here, right?
Yeah. Past it, like quick enough.
I see you.
Hey, Casey. It's nice to see you today.
Portal. Save $50 through February 18th.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'll see you in there.
Networks, like surgeons, should never be just okay. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5GE.
Do a full turn, which is 360 degrees on top of the beam. It doesn't seem hard until you actually do it.
Kentucky has had season highs on vault and bars. They lead LSU by 0.75. Well, the Tigers are glad to have McKenna Kelly back. She is a multi-time All-American, an SEC floor champion, but last season she was challenged with a season-ending injury.
Here we go.
I've never had a major injury before. I've had teammates that have, so they were key for me to lean on and validate my feelings of like, hey, is this normal? Should I be feeling this? Initially, I thought to myself, I can let the injury embrace me or I can embrace it. I learned things about myself. I learned how to work with other people. I learned how to serve other people. It was a whole new perspective, but I have faith that I was supposed to do that my whole life.
She really carried the heart and was a real source of motivation and enthusiasm. And sometimes her lightheartedness is exactly what we needed to hear and see.
With the help of my teammates and just pushing through every day, knowing like, hey, I am okay, I am healthy, that was really tough for me. But I'm on the other side and happy to be here.
In her senior season, she is back working hard, and we're going to get to see her on floor. She was the 2017 SEC floor champion, battled injury last season. Working back towards another floor title, just one more step towards that tonight as she gets ready. We'll see her in just moments as LSU takes the floor.
Emerge restored, replenished, fortified. Emerge every day with Emergen-C, packed with B vitamins, electrolytes, antioxidants, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges. Why not feel this good every day? Emerge and see.
Beat the
the best on the battlefield with new Nerf Rival Hypnos. Switch up the strategy with the foldable stock. Relentlessly dominate reloading on the run. The all-new Nerf Rival Hypnos. Bring only the best. Nothing but Nerf.
Yeah, Kentucky's feeling pretty good. I would too. They lead LSU right now by .75, but they are heading over to the balance beam, and last week was not the score they wanted on this event.
It wasn't, but it's good that it happened. They need to know how they felt after that beam rotation last week, put it in their pocket and work off of that. They never want to feel like that again. Well, there's only one way to not have that happen, and you got to work your butt off in practice and be confident up on the balance beam.
And this has been an event that's been up and down for them, and we were talking earlier, the beam should be kind of like your rock.
You want the balance beam to be your strongest event. And I have every expectation they can get there.
Katie Stewart is leading off this event. It's got to be hard to do this with a bump toe.
It definitely doesn't make it any easier. But Katie did a fantastic job last week on this event. Even with that bump toe, she did not let it affect her.
It's her left big toe, by the way.
Acro series. Little bit of a check there, but stays on the balance beam. Showing off that beautiful flexibility. Just the dismount, cat leap, side aerial into a back full. Gets the stick. Great start for Kentucky. Your starter, your leadoff doesn't have to be perfect, but they need to be consistent. And Katie has been doing that every week so far.
LSU has some really big floor routines. They start with Ruby Harold, and last week was really uncharacteristic. She fell on one of her tumbling passes, and Coach Dee Bro told us, you know, we don't even see that happen in practice. That was just so unusual.
Unusual things are going to happen in gymnastics, and it's all about how you can work off of it. So this will be a big opportunity for her to get it back. And I love the dance. The choreography on this LSU team is so unique. First pass. Right handspring, double twist. No mistake today. After the first pass is really when these athletes can get into the routine. You always see a big smile after the first pass because they know, all right, one down, two more to go.
It's like a deep breath.
Double pike. Little too much power there. Actually has to go out of bounds, which is going to be a 10th off per foot that she goes outside of the white line. This is the part of the floor routine where you're trying to get your breath back. She's got one more pass. One and a half, front layout. Very nicely done. Very nice job by Ruby. Had a little bit too much power on that second pass. Actually goes out of bounds on her double pike. But they can definitely build off of this floor routine. But this first pass, front handspring, double twist. You see Dee in the corner. I'm sure she is spotting Dee, making sure she is right where she needs to be.
For Kentucky, Josie Anjani.
Katie Stewart led off Kentucky on beam with a 9.75. Josie Anjani up next. What are you looking for on beam?
You're looking for the continuous movement. So you don't want to have a stop, go. It's all about having your rhythm. You want your leaps to be in that 180 degrees or more. Very nice triple acro series. Very difficult.
She was not in the beam lineup against Auburn last week. That was the first time we didn't see her in this event.
The one thing I love about this Kentucky team is there are a lot of athletes on this team, which means a lot of depth. And when these girls get the opportunity to compete, they rise to the occasion. And so far, Josie is doing a great job. Side aerial, tuck full, gets the stick. That is going to be a really big score.
Her season high is a 9.85.
In this acro series, back handspring, layout, step out, layout, step out. I mean, no wobble, and then ends it with a tuck full, gets that stick. She is excited. I love the fist pump.
She should be. That was awesome. Ruby Harold had a 9.65 for LSU on floor. This is Christina Desiderio.
LSU is going to want to drop that 9.65, and as the second athlete, Christina's job right now is to get it back. Very nice double layout.
She had her best score last week against NC State, a 9.8. A 9.85, excuse me, 9.825.
Front tuck into a double tuck. Very nice leap combination. Having a lot of personality out there.
Looking right at the judges.
Showing off that smile. But that's what the judges want to see. They want to see you have fun with your floor routine, because that's where you can let your personality really shine. Last pass. Double pike. Very nice job. That is going to be exactly what LSU needs to get back on track. And this second pass, front tuck, right into a double tuck, finds the landing, and tops things off with a very nice double pike. Little messy in the legs, but great landing.
Josie Angeny, a career-high 9.875. And for the first time this season, we will see Haley Poland. She's been dealing with a lower body injury, but now we're going to see her on beam and floor tonight.
You could tell watching Haley in warm-ups, she is excited to be competing tonight.
It's the blue lipstick.
I wasn't going to say it, but you're right.
Yep.
Another triple series. Very nicely done. Required acro series. And what a song to do your beam routine to.
I like it.
So far, Haley is very confident.
Our director is singing the song into our headset right now. It's very distracting.
That's all right. I was a gymnast. I can work through distractions. All Haley has left is this dismount, and it is a very unique dismount. A gainer full off the beam and gets the stick. Kentucky is getting it back. This is a great beam rotation so far.
They're going big on beam tonight.
Might as well, but this acro series, back handspring, layout, step out. There's no question with what these athletes are doing on beam right now, and a very unique gainer full off the beam. I love how confident they are up there, because that's what you want to be. They know they can do it.
Great to see her work back from injury. We like to see her on the beam. Christina Desiderio, a season-high 9.8, and for the first time in the last two meets, we're going to see Reagan Campbell in the floor lineup.
Very nice 2.5 twist to start things off. has a way of just doing, their floor routines are just so unique with their movements. And double tuck, second pass, beautiful landing. You can see her getting her teammates really into this floor routine. Very nice flexibility on those leaps. So far, Reagan is doing a phenomenal job with this floor routine. Remember, Ruby Harold went out of bounds, so they are going to try and drop that score. And the way Reagan's going, they will have no problem doing that. 1.5 into a front layout. Very nice routine. Great tumbling, great height on all of her tumbling. Very unique 2.5 twist as a first pass. And then ends things with a 1.5 right into a front layout. A little low on that landing, but recovers very well.
Haley Poland in her first appearance this season tied her career high with a 9.875 on beam. And we go to the all-arounder, Molly Korth.
And last week, Molly did not have the beam routine she wanted. She had a mistake coming up right here. One arm back handspring into a layout step out, but no mistakes this week.
Saw her come up with a smile on her face.
That's how you know. Now she can really get into the confident beam worker she is. Very nice. Very good fight on that back tuck. Molly actually had a little bit of difficulty with that connection series and had to redo it with the last couple meets. And she did that so that she could get that 10-0 start value, which is so important. You want to start every routine with that 10-0 start value. And just the dismount, double twist, another stick. Sticks are contagious for this UK team.
There's her dad, he's fired up.
He is fired up. He is always fired up. She ends this beautiful beam routine. Double twist, gets the landing. I love that she's smiling before her feet even touch the ground.
Reagan Campbell had a 9.825 on floor. Here's Kennedy Edney. She just does what she does on floor, and it's good.
She is just straight power, and I love it. And this is a very big first pass. Double Arabian. Has so much power. We'll have to see. I didn't see any hands go up, but she was pretty close to that line. And she did actually step out of bounds.
So that's 1/10 of a point per step just for going out of bounds.
The great thing about Kennedy, though, is she can get it right back. Floor is one of those events when you have a mistake in your first pass, you really have to just get rid of the feeling knowing you made that mistake and move on. Oh! Get into it. Final pass, double tuck, very nice landing. She did take a step out of bounds, so that is going to be not only a 10th of deduction, but it's going to be a little bit more because she went out. So she is just a little far, but quickly gets over that mistake and ends things with a very nice double tuck.
Next on the beam for Kentucky, Sydney Dukes.
Kentucky is crushing it on the beam. Last 3 scores have been career highs, including a 9.9 from Molly Korth.
Amazing job. And Sydney is so beautiful on this event. Very nice full turn. Handspring layout step out. Right now, Kentucky is showing the judges, where are you going to take a deduction? They are holding their landings, holding every position. Very nice leap series. Sydney moves so beautifully, and the song just goes with her dance. I don't know if she does that on purpose, but round off 1.5 and another stick. Kentucky, they are just on fire.
They had a 48-7-1 last week on beam. This is going to be higher this week.
This is going to be a lot higher this week. But this dismount, it's a blind landing, 1.5 twist. And she just finds it. And I love, Tim Garrison actually never used to watch his athletes on balance beam. And now he's just gotten so confident in them that he can watch. It's exciting.
Ooh, I've been excited for this. Sarah Finnegan on the floor.
Oh?
Oh, false alarm.
It's all right, things happen. That actually
I've been excited for this.
That actually happens a lot. And Sarah has so much experience that I bet that didn't even faze her.
She's going to crush this.
Very unique first pass here. 1.5 step out into a 2.5 twist. Just an incredible athlete.
No wonder she's 5th in the nation on the floor.
Second pass. Double tuck. Just is so high in her tumbling that she finds the landing. Doesn't move.
She's so good at all the little details, too. I mean, watch her hands and her toe points and everything.
And that is an elite athlete. That is we've said it already tonight, but she was made for the sport of gymnastics.
She was an alternate for the 2012 Olympic Games.
Sometimes elite athletes actually have a really hard time adjusting to college and to it's a whole new world, collegiate athletics compared to the elite world, and Sarah has just been formed into this incredible athlete. Final pass, double pike. This is gonna be a big score.
Her season high is a 9.95 on floor. She's gotten a 10 on it before.
We'll have to see. I don't know where the judges are going to take off. But this first pass, 1.5 step out, right into a roundout back handspring, 2.5.
Next up on the beam for Kentucky, Alex Hyland.
And ends it with just a gorgeous double pike, finds that landing.
Sydney Dukes, season high for her on beam, 9.925. Alex Hyland in her anchor spot.
Exactly. Alex will not let anyone take this anchor spot. And that, again, Tim has got to be just so proud of this team. And wow, 3 season highs tonight for Kentucky on balance beam.
Yeah. Handful of career highs, too.
Handspring layout, step out. Little arm checks here and there for Alex, but she doesn't have to worry about anything up on this balance beam. She can kind of go into autopilot.
We noticed last week she sings along with the music.
Yes, she does. And you know what? I don't want to say guarantee, but I bet it's just so she can let her body do what it knows how to do. I actually also used to sing during my beam routines, but it was more so to just have something to do.
Yeah.
Cat leap, side aerial, back full. Another stick. Sticks are contagious. I've said it once, I'll say it many more times. But wow, Kentucky is just, they're on fire.
3 career highs and a season high in their beam lineup tonight.
They may not have had the best meet last week, but they are coming out and showing. It's all right, we'll get it back.
Sarah Finnegan, a 9.925. McKenna Kelly tied her career high last week against NC State to win this event with a 9.975. It's so good to see her coming back after that injury to her Achilles last year.
An Achilles injury in any sport is crucial. Very nice double layout to start things off. One thing I love about McKenna is she didn't let that injury define her. She embraced the injury, really, and found out so many new things about herself last season that she's been able to take into this season.
And she doesn't look afraid that she would have the injury again.
Exactly.
That's half the battle right there.
So far, she is actually showing as if you would never know she had that injury. Really getting into this floor routine. Very nice leap series. She has one more pass. I love her facial expressions. Double tuck. A little too much power there, actually steps out of bounds. It's not a bad thing to have too much power. It's better than not having enough. But they really need to go back home and really just work on controlling those landings.
Well, Kentucky, 3 career highs and a season high on beam for the Wildcats. What a rebound after a score they really didn't want last week. They crushed it this week. Kentucky's throwing big scores tonight. They lead LSU by 1.275. But the meet before us was a really big one, too. 2 undefeated teams, the only undefeated teams in SEC play. And Florida comes out on top thanks to Trinity Thomas winning her second all-around.
Just an amazing athlete. Another athlete that was made for gymnastics. Not to mention, she did do 2 other sports in high school. Just molding into this amazing athlete.
Yeah, she also won the vault and bars title tonight. If you haven't seen her, you definitely want to check her out. We've got more gymnastics for you on the SEC Network every Friday night. Next Friday, we're going to have Kentucky take on number 6 Georgia. That'll be in Athens at 7 p.m. Then Florida and Alabama square off in Coleman Coliseum. You can see Friday Night Heights also streaming live on the ESPN app. Kentucky going to the floor, LSU moving to the beam for the final rotation here in Lexington when we come back.
We just got married.
We're all under one roof now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many kids?
My 2, his 3.
Along with 2 dogs and Jake, our new parrot.
That is quite the family.
Quite a lot of colleges to pay for, though.
A lot of colleges.
Okay, you get any financial advice?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's the same plan they sold me before.
Well, your situation's totally changed now.
Right.
How about a plan that works for 5 kids, 2 dogs and Jake over here?
That'd be great.
That would be great.
That okay with you, Jake?
Get a portfolio that works for you now and as your needs change from TD Ameritrade Investment Management.
Get 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month at Cricket. Ooh, someone's having a good hair day. Smile, you're on Cricket.
You cannot be
Kentucky tied its second highest ever score on the balance beam, and now they move to the floor for the final rotation. They lead LSU by 1.275. What a meet we've seen from Kentucky.
This has me so excited for this floor exercise. This is where the home team can really just let it go. They're in front of their home crowd. It's going to be electric.
LSU will go to the beam to wrap up this meet, and Christina Desiderio starts things off.
As the leadoff, her job is to not necessarily be perfect, but she needs to be confident and consistent.
She's one that's moved up into this leadoff spot as the season has gone along.
Some people truly love to just go first and get it over with. Very nice handspring layout, step out. LSU did not have the floor rotation that they really wanted, so their job on this balance beam is to just let themselves go. They know how to do these routines.
LSU had a 48-9 on floor.
So far, Christina is doing a great job. Dismount, gainer fall. Sticks the landing. Great start for LSU. Now all their job is to do is build off of that. And this dismount right here. Cat lead into a gainer fall. Has to pike it down just a little bit, but doesn't move her feet and gets that stick.
So for Kentucky, it was a competition in warm-ups between Haley Poland and Katie Stewart, and we're going to see Haley Poland on floor for the first time this season.
What a great thing to have. You're competing for that first spot. You have so many athletes that you actually have to compete them. And it doesn't mean that Katie does not want to do all around. I'm sure she does. But I am very excited to see Haley tonight.
And we saw her for the first time on beam too, and she had a tighter career high over there. What can she do here?
It's that blue lipstick. Front tuck into a front 1.5. One thing I love about Haley from last season and watching her right now, she gets very into her dance and never stops smiling. See her teammate behind her.
Danae Davis right there cheering her on.
Second pass, front double twist. Actually, didn't even need the mat. Why is that mat there? Didn't even land on it. Right now, Haley's job is to just get into this floor routine. She has very nice artistry. Very unique dance right there. What a start. Getting back into lineups, it is such an important moment when you have, once you do the first routine, you're good to go.
I like the creativity in that routine too.
Just a very unique routine, but this is, talking about unique routine, unique first pass. A little low on that landing, but recovers very well. That is her experience coming out.
Christina Desiderio tied her season high with a 9.85. Bridget Dean is competing on the beam for the first time. She did not compete last season at all for LSU. Remember, we already saw her on the bars tonight.
She really just needs to be confident. And I know I say that so much, but it is all about confidence on the balance beam. Very nice connection. Switch leap into a split quarter. Very aggressive on all of her skills. Just the dismount, side aerial, back full. Gets the landing. Great job. I know that she's not really used to being in this beam lineup, but you would never be able to tell. Very nice leap series here. Above where she needs to be. I would love to see her get that back leg up a little bit more, but very nice job.
And gets the stick crown to go along with it. Ella Warren is back on the floor for Kentucky. 2 weeks ago against Florida, she had the flu and still competed on floor for Kentucky, and she got what they call a Caught in the Act award.
A very well-deserved Caught in the Act. This first pass. She is an amazing athlete, and you know, gymnasts, we're stubborn athletes, I would like to say. I know I was, but she wanted to compete when she was at Florida, showing Tim Garrison that he's got some strong athletes.
Well, she's a sophomore. She should really be a freshman. She graduated early so she could go ahead and compete last season at Kentucky.
She was just so excited, and I don't blame her. College gymnastics is the best. Second pass. Front 1.5. She just flies on her tumbling. Big deep breath. One more pass. Front full into a front top. An amazing athlete. I mean, that was a beautiful routine. She makes her tumbling look so easy. She floats. Watch this first pass. Very difficult. Front handspring, front double fold. She gets so high. And then right here, front 1.5 actually has a little too much power and has to take a little bit of a hop, but Tim has just got to be so proud of her coming off of that sickness and not letting it phase her.
Her music really got me sucked in too. That was dramatic.
Well, that's the goal.
McKenna Kelly on the bar right now for the beam, for LSU, and Bridget Dean had a career high 9.875.
McKenna is a very focused beam worker. She looks like she owns the beam when she is up there. Little short on that tuck full. And McKenna is the daughter of a very famous gymnast, Mary Lou Retton. She has got to be so proud of McKenna and all that she's accomplished at LSU. Nice standing layout, step out into her jump. Cartwheel, gainer full. Great job by McKenna. She looked a little bit rushed up there. You can tell that this LSU team, they want to do so well, but they just need to relax and let their bodies take over.
She hasn't really done the beam in 3 years, but because Sammy Durante is out, they had to insert her into the beam lineup last week.
Well, you would never know by that dismount. Gets that stick crown, very well deserved.
Ella Warren with a 9.825 on floor for UK. Aubrey Rosa now. She's kind of worked her way up last week, but she was really good.
Wow, this first pass. Double layout. She sticks it every time.
2 weeks ago, I don't think she had the confidence that she has right now.
I totally agree, and that is the beauty of, you see these gymnasts just become these confident athletes, and it's an amazing thing to actually see firsthand. Very nice leaps. Now she can get into this floor routine. She She is actually only going to have 2 passes in this floor routine compared to the normal 3. But because of the star value of each pass, it is totally fine. Front layout. Has to take that fall. She just kind of ran out of gas on that last pass. You could tell her feet were actually in front of her, which when you're doing a front pass of any sort, you want your feet to be right under you on the landing. So they're going to have to take that fall, but they still have some more athletes to go. Tell she's a little disappointed with that floor routine, but her team's got her back.
How about McKenna Kelly with a 9.85 for a season high on the beam?
She should feel very happy with herself.
Kennedy Edney up next.
Kennedy has been so aggressive on every event so far tonight. And some things that the judges are looking for on balance beam are the continuous movement. You want to see athletes stick their landings and then move right along. And Kennedy's doing a great job. And of course the leaps, 180 split leap, and you always want stuck landings. Required full turn, very quick full turn there. Just the very nice front toss. Just the dismount. Round off 1.5. Has to take a very small hop. You'll see what the judges take off. But you watch on this dismount, it's a blind landing. Round off 1.5 twist. It looks like the landing came a little bit of a surprise to her. You see her legs buckle a little bit, but she's got that stick crown.
Here's how the all-around competition shaping up. Alex Highland stepping on to the floor. Right now, Highland is .075 behind Molly Korth.
And this is such a fun floor routine. Tim actually said that she wanted this music, and as a senior, how could you say no?
It was her beam song last year.
Double pike gets the stick. Gets to have a little fun with this floor routine. And she has some of the most unique dance right there. Shows off her flexibility. Alex is a part of that super senior group for this Kentucky team. She's really been around to see Kentucky go just where they are right now. They're becoming such an impactful team.
Now, this senior class has led Kentucky to its first 2 winning seasons ever. She needs at least a 9.55 to take over the all-around lead.
Well, I think she'll do it tonight. 1.5 front layout, big smile at the end. Little sass in that last pose, but great job for Alex. Again, this Kentucky team, they may not have had the best week last week, but you would never know. And watch this first pass, double pike, watch him.
Yes.
He is excited. And right here, do not try this at home. Just very unique dance. She really shows off all of her flexibility.
Kennedy Edney, a 9.775. Reagan Campbell is up next. She's had nothing below a 9.825.
Reagan is very, very confident on this event. Handspring, layout, step out. Just a beautiful beam worker. Very nice full turn. Front aerial. Right into a jump. Reagan has this way of doing her leaps just above and beyond what the requirement is. Showing off that flexibility. And ending things with a double twist. Gets the stick. That is going to be a very big score for LSU and for Reagan. You can see her team is very excited about that. But this round off double full finds that landing, gets those heels together.
Next on the floor for Kentucky.
Jay Clark is excited, Dee is excited.
Alex Highland leads the all-around right now after tying her career high for the third time this season with a 9.9. Sydney Dukes would need a 9.975 to tie for the all-around.
I don't want to say it's impossible because I don't think it is impossible. Double pike to start things off. I don't think Sydney will stop smiling throughout this entire routine. I think she knows where every single camera is and knows exactly when to flash those curly whites she's got.
She's had a 9.9 the last 3 weeks.
Front full into a front layout. Very nice control on that landing. All she has is one more pass to finish this very, very good floor routine. I love that this Kentucky team, I mean, they are a true team. They stand in the corners and they cheer on their teammates. Double tuck. Very nice job. What a performance by Sydney Dukes. She got great air on all of her tumbling passes and starting things off with this double pike. Actually took a little bit of a step backwards, but had full control, and then ends it with a double tuck, gets that landing. Great job.
LSU is looking to drop a 9.775 on the beam, and Sarah Finnegan is the last to compete on this event.
Sarah actually owns the balance beam.
Her name is on it?
It should be. She is so consistent. Handspring, layout, step out.
She's second in LSU with 19 career beam titles after last week's win.
I think after this week, it might be 20. Very nice leap series. We talk about confidence, and Sarah defines confidence on the balance beam. She does not let the beam work her. She actually works the beam. Very nice, unique side summy. Just the dismount, side aerial, back full. She was a little crooked on that back full, but still finds a way to stick the landing. And this acro series, back handspring, layout step out, just knows exactly where she is. And watch the angle on this dismount. Side aerial, really crooked, but as Sarah does, she sticks that landing.
Molly Korth is the last to go in this meet. Kentucky just needs an 8.875, and they win.
I think Molly can do that. This is a great event for Molly. She is so powerful in this first tumbling run. Tuck full in. I don't know where the judges are going to take a deduction on that pass. love you. Her teammates always get into this floor routine with the dance. Very nice lead pass. Second pass, 1.5 into a layout step out. Always a crowd pleaser. All Molly has to do is land this final tumbling pass.
She needs a 9.875 to win the all-around.
So far, it looks like she is going to get that 9.875. Double pike. Wow.
That caps off a nice meet for Kentucky.
What a way to finish. I mean, Kentucky had a really rough meet last week, but clearly they went back in the gym. They focused on the small details, and they are going to come out with a win. But this full in, so much height, just finds the ground. And I love watching Tim. He is so excited. And I love this second pass, brought 1.5 into a layout step out. And ends it with a double pike. She was very close to that line. We'll see. She did drop her heel, so that is going to be an out of bounds. That is a 0.1.
Molly Korth gets a 9.9 anyway and wins the all-around as Kentucky wins the meet against LSU, putting up a 197 for the first time this season.
Say there was a place, the perfect place for the everyday things you need to take care of around the house. The squeaky hinges and burned out bulbs. The toilets that run and faucets that don't. That perfect place wouldn't be a warehouse. It'd be just the right size. It would be an Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
She's the one for you. When you know, you just know. She isn't perfect, but she's perfect for you. Love is rare. Love's unique.
Love is her.
Love is him.
Love is us.
The Vera Wang Love Collection, designed for Zales, the Diamond Store.
Kentucky puts up its highest score of the season, the second highest score ever in the history of Kentucky's program, a 197-1-5 to take down LSU. And Molly Korth gets the all-around title the third time this season she's won the all-around.
She has been a true competitor for this Kentucky team throughout every season, and tonight just proves that she is in it to win it. I mean, between every single event she did, she's confident in what she does, and she trusts her ability, which is just so good to see. And this floor routine that she ended with, just an amazing, amazing athlete.
Her season high in the all-around of 39-6 tonight as Kentucky picks up its second win in SEC action, the first win against LSU since February 25th of 2011. Molly Korth taking home her 15th career all-around title, and just a really good night for Kentucky. It's time now to take a look at who's taking the next step, brought to you by Regions. And if you're Kentucky, this is a great meet to build off of for next week against Georgia.
Absolutely. I hope that they take this feeling, they put it in their pocket, and they remember it, because all you have to do is build. You want to build off of each meet, from the routines, from the way you feel. You want to build off that, so that by the time postseason comes around, you're ready.
Big win for Kentucky. They take down LSU and put up a 197 in the process.